Hello and welcome to my channel. I am the Queen of Clovers, the Queen of Wands, named for my patron, beloved Bridget. This is a general reading for all signs for the week beginning April 10th, 2023. I have my birthday coming up, but this is just a weekly reading for all of us. Happy birthday, other Aries. Just going to start. These are the decks I'll be using today for the reading. Just see how it goes. There's just a lot about in the air about being everything, being all you can be, being everything you can be, and really living to your most potential and your biggest light. I think I talked to Taurus about this a little bit last week about really kind of investigating what is a Taurus supposed to be? What is an Aries supposed to be? What are you really supposed to be based on these seemingly arbitrary markers? And are you not playing up your higher qualities better? Are you not compensating against your lower qualities? It's just that energy of just using the tool to explore yourself instead of as an excuse for bad behavior. A lot of people do it. It's misuse. Okay. For the energy of the week, with our energy, I have the skunk and the magnolia for protection. The magnolia has extremely thick leaves so that bugs and critters can't really eat through them quite easily. And the skunk, well, we know how a skunk protects itself, like a middle schooler boy. Jeez, until they find axe spray, and then you got to breathe that in. But the point being is, this is things that are done to hold people at arm's length and hold people away for safety. A lot of us are cocooning or breaking out of our cocoons, and when that happens, it does take a lot of energy and a lot of rest, which is a shame because it's spring and it's Aries season, and I just want to break out, but I feel like the start is just so slow, but then the messages are so strong. One thing about being able to protect yourself and grow to be able to protect yourself, this is definitely that ability coming to the fore right now, is that you don't always have heightened senses. You're not always in a state of anxiety or, one eye open. This is naturally protecting yourself, so you don't even have to worry about it being in that safe space, evolving into something that just inherently can handle its own self. It's yeah, it's just that feeling of I'm just being my skunk rolling around the magnolia tree. I am not, you don't always have to have your guns up. You don't always have to live in a frantic 911 situation. It's asking for a lot of calm and peace. The magnolia tree southern charm is up there as well. I have these beautiful card stands. Can't wait to use them all the way. I'm going to pull another Woodland Warden's Tarot, see what energies is, challenging us. Ooh, stagnation. Ooh, this card it keeps coming out for spring, and that's for all of you who maybe we're holding on a little too much. The lizard and the pitcher plant. Well, the pitcher plant, it's quite the hoarder. It does well, but it can hold on to, it can kill things with what that it holds on to. It's not going to just hold on to something random. And a lizard can even, and the point of the lizard is cutting off your tail to get away. Lizards can regrow tails. I had a bit of an argument about what other things lizards can regrow with my nephew. I'm not sure, but if you've ever sat on a lizard, as I have one time at an outdoor college class, and its tail came off and tickled you on your back because you were wearing those stupid sweats with the words on the back of it in 2007. Oddly specific because it's a true story. You don't have to worry about the lizard even if, you sat on it and it buzzed off its tail to get away. This is somebody who is trying to break away. This is energy trying to break away towards you, or this is energy saying, be safe with yourself, but know that you can cut away. Don't be afraid to cut away your tail. How much stuff do you have in storage? Spirit is asking me, because that's oddly specific to me as well. Yeah, I do have a little storage, but it's like 30% of what it used to be, so I'm working on it, team. But this is that energy of, if you really want to move forward, what have you removed? If this is a person that you want to come towards you, such as admire or lover, this person, they're going to have to give up something to be able to do that. And if it's their family, naughty, naughty, but Spirit is actually scolding somebody who's doing that, but something has to be let go of in order for you guys to come together, and perhaps that is at the crux of what you don't want to happen. This can also be considered just energy pressing on you. Like you are working in your protection and your safety in that skunk and magnolia, but at the same time, there's a danger to becoming over noxious, overly able. You really do only have one tail to lose. You can't be going into battle every day. Spirit is just really asking for us to stay away from extreme energies. They do mess with us. I'm going to pull some cards from the Affirmators Tarot now for a little tarot reading. See where this goes. I do weekly readings, I do monthly readings. This is just the weekly reading for 410. Remember, it's a general reading. Please take what is yours, leave out all the rest. And if nothing fits, don't force it. You can always hang around for some narrative therapy and say, oh my girl, what is everyone going through? I don't know why that came up, but there's this guy who has a TikTok, and he's like the gay, I don't know if he's gay, that's not fair, but he's one of them sweet boys that wears the makeup at Sephora. They are the best. I mean, a man wearing makeup, come on, you've got to be good. I just don't think it's fair I don't like to call people gay and stuff, because it doesn't seem appropriate to call out somebody's, because ultimately it's just talking about somebody's sexuality. It's not appropriate to be in the conversation. Okay, energy we're working with. We are trying to move. Okay, something has really come in for us, that is coming in for us. This is something with a little more value than usual, something to take note. For some of us, this is checking some boxes. Some of us were waiting for the rain to get by and stop and melt away, before we could accomplish some things, such as workouts. My workout room is in my garage. Extreme weather makes it really awful to be in there, so I just couldn't start my workouts until spring. And right now, I'm sure if you can hear that ambient noise, there's like a lawnmower mowing right now. The sun is up. It's like the perfect afternoon to take a nap. In fact, I think that's what my 8-year-old son is doing right now. It's window open with a little breeze coming in, nap time, sun. It feels awesome right now. And this is that energy of, but it is the perfect season and perfect time to do things that I've been holding off on, and I don't have that excuse anymore. This is coming into the agency of taking care of it. We're running with those, checking those boxes and getting to those things. Remember I told you it was like Aries season is like that feeling of the astrological new year. Some of us really took that to heart, and we're like, you know what, January didn't work out so well, or I only got a few things done. Let's go ahead and put a little life into this, restart it a little bit, and get to some business. This is really getting it done, and it feels like there are things we've been just trying to do for 6 months that we're finally just getting done and really putting it together. It is putting a damper on your social life. I don't know. It's putting a damper on our social lives. I really feel lonely, and I feel like I need to go on a field trip with my classmates. It does sound a little pathetic, but Spirit is like, alright, Spirit is like, it is kind of time to work right now. You may feel lonely, but you're finishing up a cycle that's going to put you in a really good financial position, and a position where you can be a little bit more indulgent. A pesky thief, this It's like a steal of a deal that you might be coming into in the end of this cycle. Some of us are like, fine, just sign it. Let's get this over with. Let's go say goodbye, you know? But that's what you're doing. You're coming to the end of a cycle and you're capturing the moment and moving on. And it is advancing. There's this huge sense of agency, like I'm holding the world here. I've had a lot of dreams and such about agency lately. A lot of I dream about being in high school. Sometimes I even dream about being in junior high and telling the teacher, like, are you crazy? I have a college degree, so please, I'm not going to listen to you. Yeah, like ridiculous dreams sometimes, but it actually shows a lot of agency and about the things. It's when you have those dreams, sometimes you have a dream about being in school or going back to like even kindergarten and like making these egregious errors or, social faux pas that people will never forget. And this is that sense of, and those dreams are senses of really overcoming that. Like imagine going back to school as a 45-year-old, going back to junior high and doing circles around the teacher. I mean, it's very frustrating for me, but at the same time, I'm sure I would try. I would just I would just get to be a little immature too. They sent me back, didn't they? Um, so I do go through that. Those dreams, which is that clearing. My dreams are clearing out that sense of not being able to have control of my life and actually being able to take control of it. There's something very playful and pesky about this. A steal of a deal, I said. Because once you have agency, it's almost like all your dreams can come true because you can actually agent them into a ability just by doing the work. Now there is a little bit of Seven of Swords in here, and as I said, that is a pesky little thieving devil steal of a deal. Okay, the Seven of Swords here, Spirit wanted me to pause on this message because this message is basically saying, not only are you getting for this for a steal of a deal, but you were able to conceal some really not so great parts of the deal, or you were willing to deal with not actually knowing all the details. Like I said, you're just like, let's sign this thing and get it done, over with. If my regrets for anything I've missed, I'm just gotta have to deal. And you kind of get to that point with certain things, especially like a divorce. I don't see divorce here. I see a cycle ending where you're just gonna really come out on top, to the point where, some of my secrets have been like closeted away and are safe, ha ha ha. But they're minor misties. They're things that might make things a little difficult, but this is not cancellation. Don't forget that. Let's pull another three strip for. Let's put a few more cards. I'm not going to pull cards for. Should I pull cards for the other person? No, I'm not. I'm a little tired from Easter. And just being in the light. And remember, we are supposed to be part of the light. I'm sorry for hitting the mic there. We are supposed to be part of the light. And this is the light of the world, And this is that. And I just feel it, that necessary. Queen of Wands is a part of the light, a signifier of my energy, of the Aries energy, is helping people turn on their own lights. Like, I really hate when people play it small or soft, but I myself have not played it as heavily strong, with me being at the top of the chain and taking on that agency, as I say. And so Spirit's been really poking me about it lately, so I've been having the school dreams. But this is definitely... this is definitely coming into that authentic, pure energy of just being you all the time. And it's quite pleasant. I'm enjoying it. And so much so that I didn't want to read about the pitcher plant person, the lizard and the pitcher plant person. Go ahead, they can make all the sacrifices they want. I'm moving along. You're going to go, yeah, I'm not surprised by this energy. This is the Fool. It is the Aries card, but this is the energy of the first step. I mean, you just finished. You did the World card, and this is the first step in that direction. I'm just noticing the 21 on the World card and the 21 on the Skunk and Magnolia. This is having grown strong and able to protect yourself. And now this is beginning the journey. Of course, it's going to involve the Knight of Pentacles. You went from the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles in the reading. So what's coming up? That new adventure in your new pentacled status. It's going to be a slow one, and that's because you do have some heartbreak to get over. There is going to have to be healing done here to really enjoy this cycle. Pay attention to it, because the cycle right that you're about to start, there is joy to be had there, but you just have to decide to be Ooh, another Aries card. You just have to decide to be the strongest person in the room with the Emperor. Run with the Emperor energy, your natural strength, your authentic personality. It's, oh my God, you hear that song, Moana? It's calling. You know who you are. This is not who you are. Love is just not happening. There's this sense of pushing others out of our energy right now to strengthen ourselves under this full moon. And I do feel lonely because I do feel it's almost like a necessity to be a little bit alone right now to evolve. And, you know, the person that may be approaching you, they got sacrifices to make. They got things to do. Well, I got things to do too. And Spirit is saying, do those things, because at the other end, the person you're going to be isn't even going to care what this person had to give up. Is did you do that, by the way? Is how it's going to come out in the end for everybody. You're going to be like, oh yeah, there was a love thing with you. Did it really matter? Do you even recognize who I am? There's this song, I think it's that Mariana's Trench song, and they're like, you're in love with a person that doesn't exist anymore because I'm not that person anymore, basically. I control my own life. I make my own decisions. And not for the person I think I'm in love with, especially not with the twin flame addiction. Spirit is bringing that up. Something else that's been pushing on me. Let go of that twin flame thing. Let go of that obsessive kind of limerent making up love where there really isn't love. You know, it's a hard lesson, but self-ownership and agency is so much more empowering. I mean, I watched an episode on limerence, something on limerence, but basically limerent people are under earners. That means you should have more money in your pocket, but you're wasting time worrying about somebody that doesn't love you. Ugh. Trust me, it's hard. I'm an imaginer of imaginers, and sometimes I don't know what is, you know, spirit guided and what is imagining or what is what. But you still have to come out, ooh, holding on to reality, holding on to the truth with the Queen of Pentacles. Leading with this energy is going to lead us into a very rich reality, a rich physical world. We're kind of ignoring a lot of the fluffy, ethereal things about life. Not necessarily just ignoring, but we're really securing what can be secured and kind of filling in the gaps with the energy as we can. But let's get a little comfortable. Let's get a little secure. And then we could start throwing parties and dreaming about weddings again. But for now, we're just going to put down in the spring work, you know, get in those bikinis. Ooh, I'm going to pull some cards from the Archangel Cartomancy deck. That was a hard read, by the way. And I missed a lot of it. I did miss a lot of it. Yeah, you're not starting out any new love. I was told not to read any love things, but then Spirit's like, true pair. Spirit, what does this mean? I'm focused on money. You told me the Queen of Pentacles it, but then you bring me a King of Pentacles? What are you trying to do? And a connection with the Two of Cups? Connection? Not just connection, but maybe love? Oh, it will create, love is creating anxiety. That perfect pair is creating anxiety right now. But the best distraction is the work. Perhaps some past love actions. It could have been marriage. It could have been something great. With Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands. There's some planning even for a possible marriage. But with the Ace of Pentacles, it's just the beginning. It could be a marriage and planning with an excellent business strategy, but something physical. It is the Ace of Pentacles. Try and find that physical thing to hold on to that's going to have 4 or 5 steps or maybe even 20 steps behind it that is going to add to your life in great ways, 20 times ways. Every step you take, your money is going to be increasing. But it's not necessarily about love. Love right now is not the main ingredient in your life. Yeah, a lot of the passion is going to come from work. Love is so on the back burner. King of Wands, that would be the Emperor card returning to this reading with the Three of Pentacles. Do not worry. The more you grow, you are going to find sweetness in life, in your own travels, in your own systems of living, in your own work. And when you command your own life, that is what happens. You're not, this is the lack of thinking. You appeared to be thinking a little too hard, and Spirit is really changing the mind about that. They definitely want, they just don't want you sitting in thought, staring out the window and not accomplishing anything. It's just misery till later. Yeah, this is rushing toward more pentacles. This is rushing towards some pentacle decisions to make you happy. Nine of Cups is a wish come true for you. You don't get a Nine of Cups for your family, for the school next door, the nuns you need to give money to, like the Blues Brothers, you know, to save the penguins. That's a movie. This is about you. Nine of Cups is a gift and total happiness for you, one person. All the nines are about individual needs. It is a solo card, the ultimate in self-care, as I've been saying every time I pull the Hermit card. I hear it getting repeated, and this is, the Nine of Cups is not too far away from that feeling. It's time to purify our hearts for ourselves so we can go out in the world and actually find real love instead of problematic love. Spirit is asking us to be patient for this last evolution. And it's a work evolution. Hiring models are changing. We're about to go through a banking crisis. You know, I'm going to put that in quotations because it's not necessarily going to happen. But, you know, there's chat, there's talk. And with this Nine of Cups, this is happiness. And there's going to be pentacled. When you're secure and things are going well, when you're making those decisions, a lot of pentacled things here. When you're making decisions and really coming towards things that are really valuable for you, you can make room for love. Look at that heart right there on that gator or that lizard. Ooh, another lizard. This lizard's tail has grown back. So if you need to sacrifice something, Spirit is saying really think about it, because you might not be sacrificing anything at all. Oof, what a message. I'm not really following this reading very well because I'm very tired. But I'm going to pull an animal spirit card for the week, and I'm going to listen to this and see what comes out. The unicorn. There's a lot of individuating, too. And almost like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Well, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. This is making decisions out of our authentic self and not our... what other people want from us. With the Three of Cups in reverse, it's like I could care less what people will think. I gotta do shit. Okay. Ooh. The unicorn. It's a spirit card. Maybe it's a land animal. Oh, above the black egg. Interesting. The unicorn and the sixth chakra. It's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. The center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while this third eye peers into the future. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago, the mind answers maybe, or could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have become your quest for answers. You are starting on a new quest. Remember, I told you are going through a great change, something that is going to It's a physical change. It is going to affect your life, and beautifully so. And just have a little faith, a faith in your efforts. Spirit's like, do the work. So we can toss you some bones and some rewards and maybe gold coins and maybe something bigger, total happiness. Oh, Spirit has a message about Mother Teresa, because Mother Teresa was a great doubter. One of the things that is making her sainthood known is all the writing she wrote about how she found it difficult to believe in the faith of Christ and the faith of God as a nun. To do all the work that she did because there was so much suffering in the world. Is God really there? She really was a great doubter and still came back to her faith over and over and over again because it was the only answer. And Spirit is asking you, this is the time of year to believe. Not just in crosses and Passover ceremonies and fishies, but in magical things too. And the fact that we are magical beings living a human experience, as many readers say. But for right now, we're going to live a unicorn of an existence this week. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, everyone. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And have a wonderful week, my lovely lovelies. Thank you for all your support. And God bless.